Well, hello. We're in New York now. Our show's in New York. I love it here. Do you love it here?
I can do 5 or 6 days.
That used to be me. I love the energy of this city. I think that's what I love. But we're almost to Valentine's Day, and you have like one of the sexiest voices on planet Earth. So just saying, if I'm making a Valentine's playlist, what's the song you think I should play of yours?
Oh, of mine?
Yeah.
Tonight's the night.
Yeah, good one.
Have I told you lately that I love you? First cut is the deepest.
Yeah. Oh, all of those.
Talk about
Shut up, your catalog.
Yeah.
I mean, and whoops, I said shut up. Sorry. But yeah, it was in a nice
I'm
way.
used to it. Don't worry, darling. I'm used to it.
You're married. I cover a lot of Sam Cooke on the show because he's one of my favorites, and I hear we have that in common. Yeah. What's your favorite?
Cupid, draw back your bow, change is gonna come, twisting the night away.
Do you like Lost and Looking?
Oh, yes, yeah, tremendous. He was a big influence on my career when I was growing up.
Yeah?
That's the only guy I wanted to sound like was Sam Cooke, so...
It's amazing to me that you wanted to sound like anybody other than yourself since your voice is so magical, but cool.
But it wasn't, it used to be horrible, you know, but so I had to mould my voice on someone. So I listened to Sam Cooke and Muddy Waters, all the great black artists.
Yeah.
So if there wasn't Sam Cooke, there may not have been a Rod.
Wasn't Muddy Waters, maybe no Beatles.
Me, you know?
Yeah.
It's not easy being me.
Yeah, well, you both have incredible voices, but that's the one, he's probably who I listen to most, like, on vinyl when I'm, like, at my ranch.
Always? All your whole life? Because you're a country girl.
Well, no, I grew up on everything. I grew up on you, I grew up on everything. I'm the last born, so I was the wild one that liked everything from Metallica to Rosemary Clooney
That's
to
a
Aretha.
wide field. That's tremendous.
Yeah, but I feel like we're similar because you've covered all the great standards as well. Like, like, I love all your music, and I also love when you cover other people's songs, and then it's like, oh, he did it better.
Yeah.
But what was, like, the first song that moved you, that you felt like it stirred something in you? Do you remember?
Oh, the real deep emotions, probably Change Is Gonna Come. You know, Sam Cooke, and then he was killed. He was killed a few days before or afterwards. That was a big moving. But the big one was, for me, changed my life, was Bob Dylan's first album.
Yeah.
You know, I'd never been to America. I hadn't been to the other side of the street, you know. And that album...
So it's kind of your first glimpse.
Yeah, Bob Dylan's first album.
Yeah, amazing. Mine was Ain't No Way, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even really understand because I was a kid. But even if you're a kid, you understand, like, a great storyteller. Like, I was like, I don't know what she's really talking about, but it was so moving.
Yeah,
like,
got you there.
Yeah, I love that. I hear you're making whiskey these days. Solid choice.
Yeah, it's...
It's Scottish blood.
I'm not making it myself, but I'm the sort of face behind the bottle, as it were.
Yeah.
It's really, really good stuff. Trust me.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it.
You know, like a lot of whiskies, you go like that, and you go, oh, sorry. Sorry, darling.
You're on the right show.
This is really, really
smooth,
acceptable and smooth, almost.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Well, what's the best rock star you think that you've hung out with while drinking whiskey? Because look, last time you were here, you left, and I was like, you have lived 7 lives. Your stories are incredible.
Yeah. Probably my dear friend Ronnie Wood. You know.
Right on.
We never were big whiskey drinkers, though, but I never was a whiskey drinker.
Back in the day?
I mean, I got into it because, you know, I had a Scottish father. I love everything about Scotland. So it was a natural move for me to brand a whiskey.
Yeah.
And it's called Wolfie's.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like. Yes, I do. Do you the band? Y'all want some? Like, we're all game. So okay, well, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna have a little drink and we're gonna judge your whiskey. I'm just kidding. We have been highlighting buskers because we're new to New York and there's a whole thing here. And I heard that early on in your career, like when you were younger, you busked. Is that true?
Yeah. I was busking in Paris under the Eiffel Tower and in Spain in a football stadium.
Wow.
As the fans were coming in, I'd just sing all my old folk songs. So that's, I was about 15 or 16, I suppose. It's
so crazy to me to think that you were doing that and people were, like, passing you, like, not knowing one day you'd be you. That's insane. I heard that, is this true, that a future bandmate actually discovered you in a train station? You were playing harmonica?
No, this was a guy that discovered me, period. His name was Long John Baldry, and he had a great blues band, and I used to go and see him, and I was playing harmonica on platform 2 and singing. He was on platform 3, and he came over and asked me to join his band. And so...
That's incredible.
Simple twist of fate.
Yeah.
And this same guy discovered Elton John was in his band as well, Long John Baldry.
Is this guy in A&R or like working with a label? Like he seems like he's pretty good at finding talent.
No, he's upstairs now.
Oh man, well man, and how much he blessed us with finding y'all.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Wow, what a good ear. So I heard that you keep saying, oh, I'm leaving rock behind for right now. I don't know, sir, that that's ever gonna happen. Like when you show up and you just rock and roll, you just ooze it, yeah.
It's not much else I could have been with this face. And,
no,
yeah,
it's just
really.
You're so cool. I mean, even like musically, like I think it's rock and roll to just be like, hell with it, I'm gonna sing whatever I want at any time.
Yeah,
so I love that you're doing swing, right?
Yeah.
This is awesome. Or has this always been like a musical genre that you love?
Yeah, but the first question first, I haven't left rock behind. I want to get on with these jazz album that I've made, the swing album.
Yeah.
And of course, I did the Great American Songbook. So I want to be able to go and sing those songs.
Absolutely. Well, Sir Rod worked with another very talented musician on the new album. Let's bring him out right now. He is a legendary band leader, composer, pianist, and television host. Everybody please say hello to Jools Holland. This whole vibe,
I've tried to go as swing as I possibly can, exactly, yeah. It's so nice to be here with this amazing man, isn't it?
I know, well, I'm gonna start with that. How did this happen? Like, how did y'all end up doing this?
Do you want to start or shall
Yeah,
I?
I'll start. I was trying to make this swing album in Los Angeles and it wasn't turning out so well because it didn't have enough edge to it. I wanted it a bit more rock and roll, a bit scruffy, so I thought of him.
Yes, yeah. he said, I want something rough and ready. I said, well, thank you. You've come to the right man.
Rough and ready.
Yeah, because I think this...
So many jokes there.
So, yes, thank you, yes. As I said earlier, if there's any innuendo, I like to whip it out straight away.
Okay.
So I think one of the things that I really couldn't believe was that Rod rang me just before Christmas, and our paths had crossed occasionally in music, but I didn't know him so well. And he rang and said, could you come and do you want to make a record with me, one, and Happy Christmas? So I said, yeah, great, thanks a lot. And he said, I'll call you next year. I thought it was a hoax call. But then in the new year, he rang again. It was absolutely true. Yeah. And he said, I want something. But, I mean, it's hard to put words on music, but it's all those great songs, but have got sort of a little rock and roll, edgy tattiness to them. That's not the right word, but it's the feeling you get off them. That's the thing.
Tattiness was pretty nice.
Yes, well, it was all words that applied to me, I think.
Yeah,
so
used them.
He used them. And so, and I was very worried when we first did it, when I recorded the first tracks, I got them ready, and then he came in, and he started dancing. And then I knew everything was going to be okay.
But that's what's so beautiful about swing in general is you have to move. You feel the music as well, even if you're singing it or playing it. It moves you. And I think that joy in music sometimes gets lost.
That's exactly the word, joy. And there's not so much... A lot of music doesn't have joy in it, and this music really does, doesn't it? It's the most... And it's been a very happy experience. Normally you hear about records, people say, oh, you know, we had a fight in the studio, I've left music because of it, it was the worst experience of my life. This is the opposite. It's been a pleasure. It's been so easy because it's we love the songs and it is an expression of joy. So great.
Is it true that y'all did most of it live in the studio? Like with the band? I love that. I've only done that like a few times and God, it is amazing to be in a studio and feel that.
That's the way that's the way music used to be recorded, you know, even in the 50s and 60s. It was all done live. But the only thing that wasn't live was my vocal. I had to have a few goes on it, get used to the song. Otherwise, it was all live.
That's incredible.
And it sounds it too.
There is such a different sound. And you've been doing swing for quite some time.
Yes, I mean, I was in Span Squeeze, and I left and I started a big band in England. Yeah. And I realised, you know, I had the ability to make people dance early on, I think. You know, I mean, that's all great musicians or great singers. Rod connects any song, that's the great thing. And I think if you're me and a piano player, you've got to be able to make people dance as well. We did, as an example, early on in the 90s, when my big band first got together, we had a show where we did for the G8, which is all the leaders of the Western world. So at that time, it was President Clinton, Prime Minister Blair, and all of the others.
Oh, wow.
And we got to do it, and we decided...
No pressure.
No pressure, that's right, exactly. The world's watching, and a lot of security. Yeah. But we thought we'd better end with a song that unifies everybody, so we did All You Need Is Love. So we play, the trumpet player plays... Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, at which point, the French president thinks that's a French national anthem. So he stands up. So then I'm thinking, oh, this is good. And then Blair and Clinton, both out of politeness, they stand up because it's the French national anthem, sort of doing this. Then it goes into All You Need Is Love. But to avoid an incident, and I don't know which one started it, and credit to him, whichever one started it, they all start doing this. A bit of dad dancing, really. It was dad dancing.
Oh, my God. I thought you were going to be like, so we broke out with the French anthem. And I was like, you just knew it?
Didn't bother, no. No, but it was great. And after all, if all the world's dancing, if they're all dancing, we're sort of laughing, aren't we, you know?
Oh, my God, that's hilarious. What a great story. And I would be sweating if I were you. To be like, who knows the anthem?
What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love.
Speaking of the joy it brings people, was that like impromptu? Like, did y'all like decide you were just going to show up? None of those people looked like they knew y'all were going to be there.
No, we didn't know we were there.
Yeah.
It was a railway station. In rush hour, we just turned up, plugged in and started playing.
I love
Wonderful.
it.
It was great.
Back to your busking.
Yeah.
I like it.
More or less, yes.
Yeah.
Kelly, quite right there.
That's amazing. That gives you so much joy. You were talking about that earlier,
Yeah.
and everybody's just feeling it.
But also that song, you see, that of all the songs on this record we talked about, like I'd think of some, Rod, think of some, and we just loved all of the songs. This is the one song that I didn't know. I mean, you can't know everything, can you? It's the one song I didn't know. But as soon as he starts singing, it became my favourite song. You're a great singer,
I
you know
love
this.
that song,
But it's when the singer makes you realise it's the singer, not the song, and he's the great singer. And this was a particular special moment when he first sang that.
Yeah. So you're saying that for the most part, y'all agreed on songs, or did you each kind of bring your own favourites to the table?
Favourites to the table, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know, there were no arguments.
No.
We said, oh, I love that. We could have made another album straight away.
There's so much great music.
Yeah,
And we both spent a long time listening to and loving a lot of... These are great old American songs. A couple of them old English songs, but most of them are great old American songs. And we'd grown up with all of that, hadn't we? And just loved them.
What was one that you were like, this has to be on the album? What was that song?
For me, the first track, Lullaby Broadway.
Oh, I don't know
That
that
was,
one.
yeah. Come on along and listen to the Lullaby of Broadway.
I do know that. Yes.
And Ballyhoo.
Oh man, I don't think I knew the name of it. But yes,
Busby
I know that
Barkley. What was the movie?
The Gold Diggers in 1930.
Gold Diggers,
yeah. Great.
Yeah, when you said Gravedigger a minute ago, my brain said Gold Digger, and I was like, you were a what? Like,
Gold Digger.
Literally, that's where my brain went. I was like, I mean, you're owning it. Okay, I was like, good for you. But anyway, you said Gravedigger. I heard this crazy story. I don't know if it's true, but it's about, yes, with you, with Sir Rod. So the first time you saw the Rolling Stones, they were doing blues music at like a little, was it like a pub or a theater? What was it?
Oh, it was a place called Eel Pie Island. There was a little ballroom in Twickenham, and there was 12 people there.
12 people?
12 people, and Mick's girlfriend was a girl called Chrissy Shrimpton, who's a sister of the great model Jean Shrimpton, and my girlfriend, his girlfriend, were friends, and they said, come and see my singer, my boyfriend, he's a singer. I said, oh, yeah, my boyfriend's a singer too. So I went over there and watched, and there was literally nobody there, and they were all sitting on stools playing, you know.
But they were doing like blues music?
Yeah, yeah. Brian Jones was in the band then. And then within 6 months to a year, bash, that was it, they took off.
I mean, yeah, those moments are just so cool. Like, once again, like you busking and people not knowing, and then you sitting there and not knowing, like, what that band would become. Yeah.
I think the blues in Britain was a big thing. So that's where I started as well, playing in little clubs, playing blues stuff, because that's what we all heard. It was a thing that you got people dancing.
Because it makes such an impact.
Yeah.
Like here. Like, there's a lot of music you just listen to for fun, but not much that, I mean, feels like really moves you. Yeah. Or that's what I like to listen to. But do you think you'll go back to Vegas with this album?
I'm just finishing up in Vegas. My last, I've done 200 shows. So in August, that's it. You know.
That's a lot of shows.
200.
Yeah.
And you're going to do shows with Billy Joel
Great
as
place.
well.
Oh, we're doing a show with Billy Joel. Billy Joel's asked me to join him on show.
That's amazing.
In September at the Cleveland Browns Stadium.
That's, oh my gosh.
But yeah, I love Vegas. Love going there. The people at Caesar's Palace are just wonderful. It's the best place you could see anybody. Best seats, the best sound,
It's
everything.
intimate, isn't it? It's intimate.
It is
It
intimate.
feels like it's...
No, I agree. I love.
You played there, didn't you?
Yes, and I love going back to my favorite, like whether you're in a stadium or an arena or whatever, my favorite is always a more intimate, like 5 or less. 5,000 or less is my favorite. I know. That's, you play 5 million, but I play like less. And I like that though. Even like in the days when I was like doing Since You've Been Gone, like everywhere, and there were thousands of people everywhere. It's just so much better for me as a performer if it's more intimate and like a theater environment and you feel like you're like talking with people. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Smaller places are better, but they don't pay the bills.
Yeah. I am aware. I am aware. Let's hear it one more time, everybody, for Jools Holland and Sir Rod Stewart. The new album is called Swing Fever. You can find it wherever you get your music starting February 23rd. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great night. I'm going home.